Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome back to another episode of MTN Outdoors. I'm your host, Keith Grevenitz, and as you can see, it is a beautiful autumn day. Don't be upset about summer. There are some things that we can really be happy about right now. One of them is fall foliage. It's really nice to look at. Beautiful leaves, changing colors. Also, we have fire season is getting to be where it's almost in our rear view. But that means winter is coming, and we have to be ready for those winter weather on our roads right here. So you're going to want to know how to get your tires ready, and then you're going to get ready to hibernate like the bears. Stay tuned.
As autumn sets in with cooler temperatures and mountain snow, fire season is coming to an end. According to the Montana Department of Natural Resources and Conservation, the total area in the state burned by wildfires this year is way below normal at just over 76,000 acres. This is the fourth lowest total in the last 15 years. But the number of fires is slightly above normal, currently sitting at around 2,200 and the sixth highest in the past 15 years, indicating that most fires were not allowed to grow out of control. Quick fire response times and a cooler and wetter than normal summer allowed for significantly less days of smoke-filled skies than in previous years. The largest blaze in the state was just west of Helena in Powell County, burning in the higher terrain of the Hoodoo Mountain Wilderness Study Area. The Windy Rock Fire broke out in mid-August and still has firefighters on it today. It burned a total of 6,175 acres and at one point threatened homes and private property in the area. The Jericho Mountain Fire and the Hilger Valley fires also affected the Helena area, but were relatively smaller in size. A pair of twin fires in the Tobacco Root Mountains that broke out independently of each other in mid-August burned around 6,000 combined acres. Although fires can occur at any point in the year, Montana's main season runs from late May through early October. Let's hope for even less activity when the next fire season rolls around. And now, you're a little more weather-wise.
It's safe to say autumn is here, but winter is right around the corner. So you'll want to get out and enjoy the last bits of fall colors while you can.
Peak time to enjoy the fall foliage would pretty much be now, within the next 2 weeks.
While Missoula blooms with colors during the fall, MTN meteorologist Erin Yost says that doesn't mean a peak fall foliage will always happen.
A lot goes into when those fall colors do tend to peak. Perfect scenario, we've got a wet spring, a wet summer, and a nice dry, sunny fall with no freezing temperatures. So it kind of depends on what we're going to see as far as the peak.
The peak season is when the leaves change, and if you ever wondered why the colors shift, it's the lack of sunlight that slows down the chlorophyll production or the pigment that makes the leaves green.
When we get to the fall months, that chlorophyll, the production starts to slow down since it's getting cooler and more dark hours.
The changing colors also depends on the season before.
Like if we get years where you have a severe summer drought, unfortunately the colors might not be that vibrant, or you could get the tree losing its leaves before the fall colors even pop because the tree is so stressed.
The next 2 weeks are the perfect time to get out and enjoy the changing colors. In Missoula, I'm Robin Iron, MTN News.
As the first freeze and snowfall of the season approaches, it's important to brush up on your winter road safety. And when you should be putting on those snow tires. The Montana Department of Transportation is responsible for 25,000 lane miles of road across the state. And with the temperatures dropping, they're gearing up for the winter.
It just pushes the crews to get the trucks dressed and ready to go, get the sanders in the beds and the plow blades on them. So yeah, those areas that are thinking that they're going to experience snow or have at least a number of trucks that are ready to go.
MDT has over 500 plows that clear roads across the state. And in addition to getting vehicle ready, they also make a mixture of salt and sand to spread on the roads, giving drivers more traction on icy surfaces. That mixture is made, stored, and ready to use.
We have to use different materials for different temperatures to try to get down to bare pavement.
Road crews are not the only ones with things to do before winter. There are steps you can take now to prepare your car for everything colder weather brings. Steps like investing in winter tires.
Studded snow tires are just a good decision, and if you live in the upper neighborhoods that are on the hillsides, the people that live up there almost have to have them.
There isn't snow on the roads yet, but Montana law allows drivers to put studded tires on their vehicles starting October 1st. And people have started booking appointments to change their tires. Studded tires are not the only option. Snow tires are made of a softer rubber with a specific tread pattern, allowing for better traction, stopping distance, turning, and overall performance.
Tread patterns in winter tires are specifically designed to eject water and snow from that tire, so the tread patterns are significantly different.
Tire specialists highly recommend getting a jump start on getting winter tires, because in Montana, winter is always close by. In Helena, Evan Charney, MTN News.
Making sure your garbage can's properly latched, making sure it's closed, it's not overflowing with food attractants. That's going to keep a bear from coming over, tipping it over, causing a mess for you and your neighbors, and also learning a bad behavior.
The bears are hungry and out looking for an easy meal. Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Park spokesman Dylan Tabish says it's time for everyone to do their part to help prevent bear-human conflicts.
As soon as a bear learns that it can go and get an easy food reward from your garbage can or your fruit tree or your dog food outside, it's going to keep coming back for more.
In 2022, the city of Whitefish required all residential properties to permanently switch to bear-resistant garbage containers. Those containers only work if garbage is filled properly.
We want to make sure that these bears and other wildlife do not get habituated to garbage as a food source. It's not only a risk for humans, but a risk for the animal themselves. We do not want to see a mama bear and her baby bears have to be terminated just because they got into somebody's garbage.
Whitefish City Manager Dana Smith says recent bear sightings in the Dakota Avenue and Skiles Place area have been linked to overfilled garbage containers. Overfilled containers are considered a violation of city ordinance and are subject to a civil penalty up to $300 for a first-time violation and repeat violations up to $500.
And it's per occurrence, per day. And so just because you do it once and you're fine doesn't mean you're off the hook. It is per day occurrence.
Tabish says bears will keep coming back to the same neighborhood if they know that food source is there.
And that's unfortunately when it becomes a public safety issue. It's also really unhealthy for that animal. And so we want bears to go for natural food sources out in the wild. We don't want them to learn that they can come near residences to get food rewards.
In Whitefish, Sean Wells, MTN News.
You're watching MTN Outdoors. We'll be right back.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Hey, welcome back. Fall is here. And if you think this is a big pumpkin, let me tell you, it's pretty heavy. You want to stay tuned because there is a new Montana state record for the largest pumpkin, and it's going to blow your mind. Montana is an agriculture state, so this next segment of videos is going to be all about what Montana produces.
While Montana is mainly known for its beef and grains, the berry industry is up and coming.
If we're going to make it a big industry in Montana, we need to be able to share and grow.
Catherine McNeil and her late husband started the Apple Bar Orchard in Helena as a research site through MSU Extension in partnership with the Western Ag Research Center. The goal? See which berries can grow in Montana's colder climates. When they identified what thrived, they continued to grow and harvest them. And as the berries grew, so did the support network around them.
Come on, Bug.
McNeil is a founding member of the Montana Berry Growers Association.
It was a great opportunity for people kind of like-minded to get together and say, okay, how can we benefit other berry growers in the state?
It's now harvest time for McNeil. She spends nearly every morning picking them by using a shaker to drop the berries into a kiddie pool for collection. The berries are then cleaned and filtered before being stored in an industrial freezer until they're made into jam or sold to consumers.
You can see that there's a lot.
This orchard alone is home to around 1,000 plants on just 1.5 acres. The most popular crops include haskap or honeyberries, aronia, cherries, saskatoon, and currants. And for McNeil, this is more than just a hobby. It's a passion. She continues to keep the farm running as a way to honor the memory of her husband.
I think in his memory, I do a lot of things.
Her dream? Turning a small house on the property into a store. And she also hopes to transform this shop into a commercial kitchen where she can sell her own goods.
To see how far we've come with it, I can't just let it die, so we're gonna power on.
They hope to continue growing and harvesting here and make berries a crop Montana is known for. In Helena, Evan Charney, MTN News.
From what began as a small seedling and a dream,
I mean, it's just fun to watch a plant grow.
has now become the largest pumpkin the Treasure State has ever seen.
It kept going. It was growing like 10 pounds a day even a couple weeks ago.
Lockwood backyard grower Joe Nigro has been growing Dill's Atlantic giant pumpkins since 2021 and has entered in several competitions around the area.
The first year, 2021, I grew a 950-pound pumpkin, and then I just been chasing that dragon pretty much ever since, just trying to get something bigger.
It's not something his girlfriend Sydney Sipe ever thought they'd get into.
I was like, giant pumpkins? Geez, okay, let's try it. We were like, wait a minute, if we could do that with almost no preparation, then what can we do with a little bit more?
After 5 years, it's taken over their whole lives, taking months of preparation and daily maintenance.
It definitely becomes like his baby, our babies, and like when it's gone, it's a little sad, but also cool.
Just fun. Just really, it's like instant and long-term satisfaction.
But for Nigro, there's always been more. In Montana, the state record for the biggest pumpkin weighed was 1,359 pounds. They'd come close, but always had confidence they could beat it.
Just massive, took up a massive amount of space.
On Saturday, they traveled to Worland to compete against 30 growers in the Wyoming State Weigh-Off and Pumpkin Drop with this year's gourd. After a day of weigh-ins, they'd officially broken it with a whopping 1,591 pounds of pure pumpkin.
The only other larger pumpkin there was 1,788 pounds, so that went first, and then mine was second, and yeah, they just said state record, and it was great.
I cheered very loud, very loud. It was very exciting. I don't even care about first at the fair, we just wanted the state record.
And while it's not necessarily good for pumpkin pie, he still gets to enjoy the seeds of his labor.
I'm gonna cut a hole in it and take the seeds and dissect it and look at it, and then smash it probably.
The win has given him motivation to beat his own record next year, but Nigro's pumpkin is a testament that consistency and hard work can pay off.
Just have fun with it and something cool will happen.
In Billings, Isabel Sparts, MTN News.
Goats are tough, and most people hate goats. They can be a pain in the butt, but they can also be very, very useful. I thought, shoot, I've got some ground we can put some goats on and improve the ground, and maybe I'll haul them to these shoeing clients and, you know, do that deal. Graze some weeds down and get paid for it. If that's what's there, that's what they're going to eat. Usually I bring the goats and the fence and the dogs and everything. The goats work pretty fast. There's all sorts of problems with pesticides and different chemicals and things that everybody's using now. And not to say that that's wrong, not to say that it's right either, but there needs to be that other option. And I think the goats are that other option. Like a goat can go everywhere. I don't care if you run cow-calf, if you run yearlings, if you run sheep, if you run horses. The goats can be a very beneficial aspect to any operation because they pretty much eat everything that everything else doesn't want. The goats are very hardy animals.
You're watching MTN Outdoors. Stay tuned for more Montana magic.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome back to MTN Outdoors. Another good reason for fall is it cools down a little for our animals here. And guess what? Labrador retrievers, they like to hunt. And it is pheasant season right now. So we're going to learn a little bit about that. And then we're going to learn about the Science Center at Glacier National Park and how the shutdown is affecting Yellowstone National Park. For MTN Outdoors, I'm Keith Grevenitz, and this is Brighton Grevenitz, right, Brighton? Yeah, he's a good boy. Okay.
While many people are gearing up for the opener of the general hunting season in a few weeks, some will be taking to the field this week in places like this, looking for pheasant.
It's a great opportunity for people that enjoy hunting, with a canine companion, with family and friends, and really a good chance to get out and walk in some beautiful places. And pheasant hunting provides opportunities for that. So
FWP also makes this hunt available in places where pheasant aren't always so plentiful, thanks to an unusual partnership.
The prison works with us, and they raise these pheasants throughout the year. to the tune of several tens of thousands of birds. It's really quite a logistical operation and a lot of work to make it come together and happen.
In fact, some of these locations will see pheasants added a couple of times throughout the season.
It's not a one and done thing. It's there's multiple opportunities throughout the season. So depending on the location, it might receive anywhere from 1 to 3 releases of pheasants throughout the season. So it's we try to spread that opportunity out because we do have a season for pheasants that lasts several weeks.
Pheasant season begins this Saturday and will run through January 1st. One of the many places in southwest Montana that will be stocked with pheasant this year. Chet Lehman, MTN News.
What you see behind me may look like something out of a horror story, and trust me, it smells like something out of a horror story too, but I promise this is more of a hopeful story, as this meat is going to feed the hungry.
This is deer. You can see there's already several hundred pounds sitting there that's all going to the food bank.
700 pounds is only a fraction of the meat Cody Lightfoot and his partner Sarah see here at Yellowstone Processing. As many hunters know, this facility has been operational for over a decade at this location off I-90. But Cody and Sarah are the new owners as of last October.
We did 1,029 animals last year between October and February, and I'm thinking we're going to hit 2,000 or better this year.
This processing facility can hold up to 300 animals at a time.
This is kind of the skinning, receiving area here.
From deer to elk, even bison. But processing meat for hunters isn't the only thing Yellowstone Processing does.
Between the Veterans Meat Locker and the Gallatin Valley Food Bank, I know we gave both of them 1,200 or 1,400 pounds, somewhere in that ballpark each.
Yellowstone Processing donates meat to organizations around the area and participates in Hunters Against Hunger, a partnership between Montana Food Bank Network and Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks. Hunters can donate their legally harvested meat to processing facilities, and that meat is sent to local food pantries. This is a statewide operation, but here's a general idea of how it works here at Yellowstone Processing.
And here's a good example of a food bank animal that was brought in. We get incoming weight of 245 pounds.
Hunters drop off their harvested animals free of charge, I might add, and they say they wish to donate the meat. Processors will take the animal, skin it, torch it, then
when they come out into the cutting room, they're going to break them down.
The meat is carefully sliced. Then, if it's going to the food bank,
the big old giant grinder that can do like 150 pounds at a time.
The burger meat is sealed, placed into food bank boxes, then stored in the freezer.
It's pretty cool to see that pile in the freezer getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
And when they finally have enough meat, it's shipped over to the Gallatin Valley Food Bank.
That's like the best food that we can give to our customers. It's culturally appropriate for Montana. We love getting it, and our customers love getting it.
That meat feeding families in need, free of charge.
I can't stress enough the need. We're seeing just so many folks around that just are having trouble making ends meet, and that's a statewide experience.
Knowing that it's from our local area, it's processed here locally and then donated locally, and it's all staying right here. That's a pretty good feeling.
If you're a hunter and you want more information on how you can fight hunger, visit our website. In Bozeman, Cassidy Powers, MTN News.
Every day I get to relive the experience of seeing this place for the first time through other people's eyes.
Wyatt Herndon is an outdoor education specialist for Glacier Institute.
Therefore, the ice turns blue.
He's guided hundreds of people on hikes in Glacier National Park, sharing the breathtaking beauty of this vast landscape.
It might be their first experience in the mountains. It might be their first experience around bears. It's just about making sure they leave with something that's educational.
Herndon guided us up the Hidden Lake Overlook Trail. His lessons highlighted the importance of staying on trail and how to properly dispose of trash in bear country.
A newfound love of this place, and also coming away with a message and a purpose that they need to have in order to protect places like this.
Glacier Institute offers guided tours for people of all ages and hiking ability. They've also served thousands of children over the years through school field trips and summer camps at the Big Creek Outdoor Educational Center in the North Fork.
We really feel that people won't want to protect something that they don't love, and they don't love something that they don't know. And so we really feel that our job as the Glacier Institute is to kind of provide that initial knowledge that is so critical to feeling confident and comfortable in being outdoors.
Glacier Institute Director of Development Maddie Riggs says their goal is to inspire the next generation to be good stewards of the land.
how we behave when we're entering a wild space and the way that we prepare to go into those places and how we leave them when we go.
In Glacier National Park, Sean Wells, MTN News.
Vehicles flowed steadily into the park on the first day of the shutdown, but visitors did not have to pay to enter, though there was a QR code for those who needed a pass. Once inside the park, workers could be seen at a road construction project, but these were outside contractors, not Park Service employees.
Visitor centers are closed, and so that's an impact for sure to the visitor experience, and then some restrooms and some of the maintenance. But fortunately, we're kind of now into that slower time. If this happened in July, it'd be a nightmare.
Now, with the funding lapse, you won't be seeing any ranger-led programs like the ones that normally take place here in Madison during the summer months. But other facilities are open. For instance, this trail behind me here leads back to the Madison campground, and that does remain open. In fact, people I spoke with here in Madison and in other parts of the park tell me they're having a hard time telling if there really is any difference from before the funding lapse.
So on behalf of the concessionaires and the public, like West Yellowstone and the other gateway entrances, they've been really good about keeping things open for us.
This memo, sent to Park Service managers late yesterday, explains how the parks are to operate during the funding lapse. Roads, lookouts, and trails are to remain open, though backcountry camping in Yellowstone is closed. Park superintendents are instructed to use entrance fees to pay a skeleton staff.
We are fully open for business.
That's Todd Walton of Xanterra, which operates hotels, lodges, restaurants, and some campgrounds in the park.
Our facilities are open, our services are open, restaurants, gift shops, tours, things like that. So we're operating more or less as normal.
Some campgrounds and other facilities are closed, but that is normal at this time of year as the park winds down before the winter season.
We really do try to tell our guests to be safe, to be, leave as little impact as possible, recreate responsibly. So none of that messaging has really changed. But with, the understanding that Park Service services might be limited, we are really accentuating that conversation.
In Yellowstone National Park, I'm John Shearer, MTN News.